Okay, so your first job for today was to watch the lesson 16 video before class. As you can see, we're moving forward with what skill in math? Sarah?
Division.
Very good. We're looking at more ways, more algorithms, which means a way of solving something, more ways to solve division problems. In the video today, there were two different methods shown and practiced. What's one of them? Cooper?
The tens and ones chart.
Okay, so using your tens and ones chart, very good. So you're creating the dividend and then dividing it up into how many, whatever the divisor was. So there's a place value chart, and what was the other method?
I forget what it's called.
This one I said your parents are probably going to be, I told you about this last week, happy to hear about this one because I bet this is how they were all taught to divide. It's another name for like a traditional method. Anyone remember what they call it in your video? Long division. It's another way of saying traditional. So before we get started with your must-do problems today, does anyone have any questions? Okay, let's turn to page 80 in your workbooks, please. 80. And we're going to start with number 3. Move everyone's faces out of the way. You guys are blocking my picture. There we go. All right, give me a thumbs up so I know you're ready. With your pencil, with the lights on, TV's off. Tyler's missing. Gracie looks good. Soren, you ready to start? Trace, you ready to start? All right, Bella Watkins is missing. Jack, you ready to go? All right, I wouldn't have to ask you if I saw your thumb up. Remember, I got to scroll through everyone, so be patient with me, please. Caliana, where are you? Are you there? I think Isla's having trouble with her audio today. Hi, Isla, did you get it to work? Keep saying connecting. Can you hear me? No? Gracie, can you hear me? Is there anyone else that cannot hear me? Isla, if I were you, I would maybe try to sign off the Zoom and try to sign back on and see if it will work. Caliana, are you going to be are you participating in this math class today? Because we're not getting a response and the camera's off. So I'm going to have to mark that as you not being here. All right, let's get ready to rock and roll. Okay, Finn, how you doing today? Go ahead and unmute yourself. I need your help.
Okay.
All right, Finn. So we have the problem 8 divided by 3. When you're using a place value chart to solve, what's the first thing that you're going to do?
We're going to write our 8 into the chart.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you say that one more time, please?
The 8.
Okay, so
we're chart.
Finn, do you remember what the number that we start with? What is that called in a division problem?
The dividend?
So we're going to draw or represent my dividend in my chart. So I have 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this 3 tells me what, Finn?
You're going to divide it into 3 groups.
Okay, so now here's my initial problem. I have my 8 ones. Now I have to put them into 3 groups. Finn, the number that I am dividing by, do you remember what that's called? Does anyone remember the number that I'm dividing by? That 3, Sophia, what's that called?
Divisor.
Very good. Okay, so now I'm going to split up. If I had 8 chocolate hearts, I'm going to split them up into between 3 people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just distributed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many, Seth, how many chocolate hearts do I have left? If I'm pretending each one of those is a chocolate heart.
2.
Okay, so here's Seth, here's me, Kelly, and then here's going to be Nanny's pile. So right now, Seth, each of us has how many chocolates?
2.
2. How many are left in the bag?
2.
So can we each get another one?
No.
No, why not? How many people are sharing?
3.
Look here, yep, here's Seth. I put a K for my first name because an S, then we would get confused. So there's Seth, Kelly Shevchik, and Nanny. So each of us have 2 candies. There's 2 left over. So what would my answer be? How many candies does each person get?
2.
And so I have a leftover. Do you remember what the leftover is called in division?
Remainder.
So I have 2, and then remainder of what? How many are left over?
2.
So if I want to finish this, 8 divided by 3 equals 2, remainder 2. Okay. So this is showing the problem using a chart. Now I kind of wrote into this area over here, so I'm going to rewrite this, but we're also going to solve this problem using long division. So I'm going to take, this is the same problem as this, it's just written a different way. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to write it down here so I have some more room, because I wrote this in pen. I can't erase that. Okay, Reese, can you help me with this part, honey?
Yeah.
Look at you. You got is that your bed all decorated for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I just made it out of paper.
Well, it looks good. I wish I had a background like that. I can't wait to see what you do for St. Patrick's Day. That's a good month. I love the color green. Okay, Reese. So we're going to solve the problem 8 divided by 3 using long division. So we could think of this 2 different ways. We could say how many 3s are there in 8? So pretty much you could think 3 times what is going to get you as close to 8 as you can without going over. So let's try your 3 facts. Let's see how close we can get to 8 without going over. What's 3 times 1?
3 times 1 is 3.
All right, I can keep going. What about 3 times 2?
6.
Okay, I can keep going. What's 3 times 3?
9.
Too big, right? So I'm going to take that away. So I'm going to put a 2 on top. So what that means is I'm taking 2 groups of 3 away from this 8. So Reese, what are 2 groups of 3?
6.
That's why we put a 6 here. So if I take my 2 groups of 3 away, what do I have left?
2.
8 minus 6 equals 2. Very good. Boys and girls, this is how you'll know if you can stop. This is your remainder. Who can tell me why this number can never be equal to this number or greater than that number? Does anyone know why this number right here can never be equal to this number or greater than your divisor? Cooper?
Because it's a remainder.
Well, it is, but why couldn't, what do you think the problem would be if this number was equal to 3 or bigger than 3? It means we made a mistake somewhere. Where would the mistake be?
At the top.
You're correct. That would mean, Zoe, are you paying attention? Because I know you're at your friend's house, but this is important, okay? You need to focus. That would mean that you probably didn't get close enough here. And you should go back and look at that part. If this number is bigger than this number, you've made a mistake somewhere. So right now we have this number is smaller than your divisor. So now we need to put this on top as a remainder of 2. So 8 divided by 3 equals 2 remainder 2. So Tyler, what would my quotient be? Someone stole my pencil.
Your quotient will be the 2.
2, because I have two in each group, and then what's my remainder?
Your remainder is 8.
No. Look at my answer. 8 divided by 3 equals 2 remainder 2.
2.
2. Okay, so I'm going to write that up here. 8 divided by 3 equals 2R2. Soren, do you remember how we check our work in a division problem?
Okay, so you do like multiplication.
Do you remember what we multiply when we're checking our division?
Okay, so you times the number that you got with the division problem.
I'm going to give you this hint, Soren. You're going to multiply your quotient by your divisor. So in this problem, which number is your quotient?
The 3.
No.
The 8.
The quotient is your answer.
Oh. 2.
Okay, so you're going to multiply your quotient. What's the divisor? The number you're dividing by.
3.
So Soren, what do I multiply?
3 times 2, or 2.
What is 2 times 3?
And that equals 6, which is the closest that you can get.
No, hold on. Stop there. We know we're correct when our answer in this box matches the dividend. But we look at this. We still have something left in this equation. What haven't we accounted for yet?
The remainder. But
So now I'm going to take my 6 and I'm going to add my remainder to it. So what is 6 plus 2?
8.
And then Soren, 8 matches with what part of my equation?
The dividend.
Very good. That's how you'll know you're correct. Tyler, did you write this down? I didn't see your pencil moving. Tyler, did you write this down? Tyler. What are you clicking around? What are you playing on?
Nothing.
Hey, sit up. You're not focusing on your belly. Sit up. Sit with your bottom on the ground. Cross your legs, and you're going to have to use that as a little desk. Put your student workbook on your lap. All right, now it looks like you'll be ready to go. Okay, so far, does anyone have any questions about what we did right there? That was a very easy one. It's only a 1-digit dividend and a 1-digit divisor. We're going to move on now to one with 2 digits. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you're good. Okay, Miss Gabine, do you want to do the picture or the long division part?
I'll do the picture.
All right, Miss Gabine's going to start us off for this part, for number 4.
All right, can everyone see my paper here?
If you click it when you're in the program, If you click, there should be a zoom button so that you can get closer. There you go. And then you just have to click back out of the screen for it to turn off. There you go.
There we go. All right, so I have my division problem, 38 divided by 3. So how can I represent 38 in my place value chart? Who haven't we heard from here? Hi, Leah. How am I gonna represent my 38 in the 10s and the 1s chart?
You're gonna make 3 spaces in the 10s and 8 in the 1s.
All right, so I'm gonna draw my 3 dots in the 10s. I'm gonna do 8 dots in the 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, how am I going to represent my divisor 3 in my place value chart? What do I need to draw for that? Sarah, you know, how am I going to represent 3 in my place value chart?
You're gonna make 3 groups.
Yeah, 3 groups. How can I show 3 groups on the place value chart? How did we do it before?
By making 3 lines.
Yeah, we made like 3 lines for 3 different rows. All right, so we're going to focus on one side at a time. So we're going to focus first on our 10s over here. So how am I going to distribute these 3 10s? Let's see, Nina, how am I going to distribute my 3 10s into my 3 groups?
You can add 1 10 in each group.
Right. So if I go one at a time, I can put 1 in here and cross it off, and 1 in here and cross it off, and then 1 in here and cross it off. Am I all done with my 10s, Nina? Do I have any left?
No.
Yeah, I don't have any left, so I'm all good with my 10s. Now I need to distribute my 1s. Nolan, how am I going to distribute my 1s?
Take 1 from the 8 and then put it in a group.
Right, yeah, so I can put 1 here and cross it off. I'll start with 1 in each group.
So boys
Can
and
I
girls,
put
this
another
reminds
3 in
you
each
of
group?
when you're in, I forget what grade, probably 2nd grade, when you start introducing division and putting a pile of something, which is your dividend, into equal groups. You just distribute, you pass, almost like passing out cards when you're playing a card game. That's all we're doing right here.
All right, Nolan, what can I do next? Can I put another group of 3 into each group?
Yes.
Yeah, because I have 3 more here. So I can cross these 3 off and put 1 in each group. All right, what do I have left, Nolan?
2.
2. So can I put another 1 in each group?
No.
No, because then it won't be even, right? We want our groups to be even. All right, so let's see. So Chase, how many 10s and 1s do I have in each group?
1 10 in each group in the 10s, and then 2 in each group in the 1s.
Right, so I have 1 10 and 2 1s in each group. So that means our answer, our quotient is what?
So what number do you get when you have 1 10 and 2 1s?
12.
12. But what do we still have in here?
2.
2. So what is that called? This is our
The remainder.
remainder. So we have 12R2 for a 12 remainder 2. All right, Mrs. Shevchuk, are we going to you for the long division?
I like this one much better. All right, so now we're going to try using long division to solve one with a question with a 2-digit dividend. Okay, so we're focusing right here, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I use. Let's see who. Nolan, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay, Nolan. So I'm going to put this piece of paper here, and I'm going to show you what I want you to focus on. We're going to go 1 digit at a time. So actually, read this problem for me, the whole thing.
3 divided by 38.
Okay, now I know that's how it looks because in America and in the English language, we read from left to right. But this is the same problem as this, but you're showing it underneath the bracket. So you still want to, when you use a bracket, you want to start here. So this is 38 divided by 3. Okay, so try that part again. Read this problem.
38 divided by 3.
Nolan, let's say you did have a 3 underneath the bracket and a 38 outside, and it said 3 divided by 38. Could you solve that?
Yeah. Yes.
So if I had 3 chocolate covered strawberries and I was going to divide it with 38 of my closest friends, how many chocolate strawberries would each of my friends get? How many do I have total?
38.
No, you said 3 divided by 38. So that means there's 3 strawberries and I'm dividing it between 38 people. What's the problem with that? What would be the problem if you had 3 slices of pizza at your birthday party and your mom says, Nolan, you can invite 38 friends, but I'm only ordering you 3 slices of pizza, not 3 whole pizzas, just 3 slices. Would you be very happy with her?
No,
Well, why not?
because they don't get they only get 3 slices.
No. There's 3 slices total. Here are your 3 pieces of pizza. 1, 2, 3. You have to split this between all 38 of your 38 people on your hockey team. Are you okay with that? Well, why not?
Because there's not enough for everyone can't get 1 slice.
Right, because if there's 38 people on your team, you need at least how many pieces of pizza?
38.
Right. And if I know anything about boys and the hockey players, they want more than 1 piece, don't they? So look, Nolan, you told me when you first read it, you said 3 divided by 38. Look at that decimal. That means everyone would only get 7/100 of a slice of pizza. That would be like a little crumb. So when you're using division for our purposes, do you want the bigger number to be your dividend or the smaller number?
Bigger number.
Okay, so that's why this is 38 divided by 3. So Nolan, if I had 38 slices of pizza, could we divide those between your 3 buddies?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now let's figure out how much you would each get, okay?
Mhm.
So I'm going to cover up this number. So this is our 38 slices of pizza. We're going to put them in equal groups until we figure out how much every person could get. So now, Nolan, you're going to solve the problem for me. 3 divided by 3. What's the closest you can get if you're using multiplication? 3 times what gets you as close as you can to 3 without going over?
1.
I'm going to put a 1 here. So 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. So now we're going to multiply to figure out how many we're taking away. So now it's almost like a little wheel. We're going to do 1 times 3 equals what?
3.
Now we're going to subtract these two numbers. What's 3 minus 3?
0.
Okay, so far we're good because this number is smaller than my divisor. I'm going to move my paper over. I'm not finished because I still have this 8, so I want you to draw an arrow and bring this 8 down. So now, Nolan, you're going to divide again. So now you should be thinking 8 divided by 3. So think of your facts. Now, this is the method is it's divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. But sometimes, since 8 divided by 3 doesn't give me an even number, we use multiplication to think of our division facts. So 3 times what is going to get me as close to 8 as I can without going over?
2.
So I put my 2 here. Now I'm going to do 2 times 3 gives me what?
6.
And my 6 goes here. Now what do I do with my 8 and my 6?
Subtract them.
Yep. What is 8 times 6? I'm sorry, what's 8 minus 6?
2.
Is this, yeah.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Tyler, you don't need to stop and interrupt us to ask. Just turn your camera off and go. Nolan, is this number smaller than your divisor?
Yes.
Okay, so we have no other numbers to bring down. So that means this is my what?
Remainder.
So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to put R2. So now, Gracie, I want you to read this equation. How would you read this? With the problem and the answer. Gracie, I want you to read this for me. How would I read this problem? Unmute yourself and I'll help you through it. Gracie, look at the screen. Look at me. Unmute yourself. Gracie, can you hear me? What's wrong? Why are you talking to other people, not me? Is there a problem? Do you need help with something?
No.
Okay, can you help me read this? I'm going to watch my finger and watch my pencil and I'll walk you through it.
38 divided by 3 equals 12. Remainder 2.
Very good. Great job. So if you want to add that over here, you have 38 divided by 3 equals 12, remainder 2. Great job reading that equation. Okay, so now we're going to go over here. Bella, what's my quotient? So I'm going to rewrite my problem just so I know. So I have 38, exactly what Gracie said, divided by 3 equals 12, remainder 2. What's my quotient? Bella, you there? Do you remember what the quotient is?
The quotient,
Look at your equation. Which part of this is the quotient? The quotient's the answer.
12.
And what's my remainder?
2.
Okay, so now, Jack, I want you to help me. How would I use this equation to check my work? Come on, guys, be ready.
My stomach is really hurting right now. I don't feel good.
Okay, is there someone at home that you can go tell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think you should go do that, okay? All right, Peyton, can you help me check?
And
What
yes.
did he do to check?
So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the dividend by the quotient, which is 3 times 12.
I like to write them this way because I like to work backwards. So I go 12 times 3 gives me what?
36.
Okay. But I can't forget about this guy. What do I do with the 2?
Add 36 plus 2. And it equals 38.
So Peyton, how do I know if my division equation is correct? What should match?
The divisors.
Not the divisors, because the divisor's 3. So my
The
answer here, 38, should match what part of my division equation?
dividend.
There you go. And do they match? Do they match? Reese, do they match? I don't know where happened to Peyton.
Yes, they
They
do
match.
match.
So then you know you're correct. I want to see everyone's faces. Okay, any questions so far? We got a lot of people missing. Tyler went to the restroom. Gracie and Sophia, everything okay there? Jack wasn't feeling well. Sophia, Gracie's everything all right? Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into 2 breakout rooms. I'll run 1 breakout room and Miss Gabine's going to run the other one. And you're going to do number 5 in your breakout room, okay? So turn to page 81. All right, so we're going to go. One, 2, 3, 4. We'll put Jack in just in case he's starting to feel better. And there's room 1. Let's see if that works. Hold on. I'm going to recreate these. We need 2 rooms. Okay, you should get a little box to pop up and you're going to go to your breakout room and you're going to solve number 5. You're going to do the whole thing. Then we'll come back together. All right, can you guys hear me okay? Hold
What
on.
am I going to draw in my place value chart here if we're doing 6 divided by 4?
Can you guys hear me okay now? All right, I got to give Miss Jameson a group. Okay, I want you to go ahead and we'll put Miss Jameson. She'll come in our group. All right. Okay, so everyone, do you guys have your page turned? Should be on page 81. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see my book. Okay, Ilea, what problem are we solving here?
6 times 4.
Try that again.
6 divided by 4.
Okay, so For 6 divided by 4, we need to start with what's our dividend? That's what we need to draw first. Leah, what do we need to draw first?
You need to draw 6 dots, and then you have to draw 4
Okay, so I need
spaces.
to start by putting my 6 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's my dividend. So I drew my 6 ones. Now, Ilea, what does this number, when we divide by 4, what does that tell you we need to have?
4 sections.
Okay, so here's section 1. So we need 4 equal groups. 2, 3, and 4. Very good. Okay, now, Ilea, what am I going to do with my 6 ones and my 4 equal groups?
You're gonna try to make them equal.
I'm gonna give each one. We're gonna distribute. So I'm gonna take 1 and put it in group 1. Another is gonna go to group 2. Another to 3 and another to 4. How many ones do I have left, Ilea?
2.
Can I give every group another 1?
No.
No. So how much do I have in each group?
1.
1 what?
1.
Are they tens, ones, hundreds, thousands?
1.
We have 1. And then what do we have left over?
2 1s.
So we have 2 1s remaining. Okay, so look at the information we just gained from using our chart. So using this place value chart, 6 divided by 4, Ilea, gives me how many in each group?
1.
With what as my remainder?
2.
Okay, so now, Ilea, I want you to read this equation.
6 divided by 4 equals
Zoe,
1.
paying attention? Go ahead, Ilea.
6 divided by 4 equals 1 quotient and a remainder of 2.
You don't need to say 1 quotient. It's just 6 divided by 4 equals 1 remainder 2. Try that again.
6 divided by 4 equals 1 remainder 2.
Very good. Okay, Zoe, you're going to help me with the long division. Okay, so read this problem for me.
4 divided by 6.
When we're using a bracket, and if you were listening to my whole spiel I just did with Noah about the hockey team and the pizza, where do we talk about you need to start reading when you use a bracket for division?
The long division.
This is long division, but if you do 4 divided by 6, you're not going to get a whole number because you can't take 4 things and put them into 6 equal groups. You would get a decimal. So it's just like subtraction. You can't start with the smaller number. When you have a bracket, do you start reading in the bracket or out of the bracket?
Out of the bracket?
Nope. Try
Or no,
again.
in the bracket.
All right, now try to read it.
6 divided by 4.
Okay, so now, Zoe, I want you to think. 4 times what gets you as close to 6 without going over?
4 times 3.
What is 4 times 3?
9.
No, 4 times 3 equals 12. Is 12 bigger or smaller than 6?
Bigger.
So we can't use 12. You're over. Try again. What's 4 times 1?
4.
What's 4 times 2?
8.
8 is too big. So I have to use what number?
You have to use 1.
So I put a 1 here. So now, Zoe, what's 1 times 4?
1 times 4 is 4.
So now, Zoe, what am I going to do with my 6 and my 4?
You're going to subtract them.
And gives you what?
It gives you 2.
So this is smaller than my divisor. So what is this number? What do we call that?
2 are
It's what's left over.
2 remainder.
Good. So I'm going to put that up here. So now, Zoe, I want you to try to read this equation. So I'll help you. You're going to start here.
6 minus 4.
No. We're not minus. What operation is this?
6.
What operation is it?
The ones place.
Operation is adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing.
Dividing.
6 divided by 4
Equals 1 remainder 2.
Very good. So Seth, what's my quotient?
1,
What's my remainder?
2,
Okay, so Seth, if I have 6 divided by 4 equals 1, remainder 2, how do I check my work?
4 times 1,
1 times 4 equals,
4.
okay, now what do I do?
You add the remainder,
Okay, what is my remainder?
2,
What's 4 plus 2?
6.
This number needs to match what part of my equation?
Dividend.
Do they match?
Yep.
All right, give Nanny a high five. You guys got that one right. All right, okay, any questions before we go back to our main group? Okay, come on back. How'd you guys do, Miss Cabine?
We did good.
Did you get through all of number 5 okay?
Yep.
All right, do you want, once everyone comes back, do you want to go ahead and do number 6?
Sure.
All right. I don't know where everyone is. They all leave. They take a lunch break, late lunch break.
Miss Shevchik,
Yep.
guess what my mom just found for me?
A chair.
No.
Well, why are you back on your belly after I already had you once? I fixed your seated position already. Come on, sit like you're in school. I'm guessing she found your calculator. Is that correct? Where is everyone?
No, I think everyone's still in my group.
All right, we're gonna try
Like they're
closing
still
that
in the
again.
breakout room.
We'll see. I reclosed it. Let's see if that helps. You're on mute, Miss Jameson.
I said at one point we were back in that room and we had to leave the breakout room
Oh, here they come.
manually.
At least Reese is back. I don't know where everyone else went. Stopped for a smoothie on their way back to the whole group. Huh? A smoothie bowl. That's my latest obsession, trying to make smoothie bowls.
Is that? What do you put in your smoothie bowls?
So I blended up strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries with some almond milk and ice. And then I chopped up a banana and I put some shredded coconut, slivers of almonds, strawberries. But this was the weird thing. The bananas sunk to the ground, to the bottom of the bowl, and I never could find them again. It's like they evaporated or something. They disappeared. It was so weird.
Did the bananas run away?
I guess. I hightailed it out of that bowl. Okay. Miss Gabine said her group did a great job. My group did a great job. We're going to do one last practice problem, and she's going to do number 6 with you. 86 divided by 4.
Alrighty, everyone see my screen? I want to see
Big
a thumbs up if you can see. Alrighty. Okay, so I have the 86 divided by 4. So first we're going to do our place value chart. So let's see.
Boys and girls, after today, we're really not going to use the place value chart for much, except for maybe you could use that as a way to check your work. We're really going to move on to using the long division algorithm.
Yeah, you're right. So Reese, what am I going to do first in my place value chart if I have 86 divided by 4?
You're gonna put 8 in the tens place and 6 in the ones place.
You are exactly right. So I'm going to put 8 in the tens place and 6 in the ones place. So Reese, what do I do with my 4 in my problem? How do I represent that in my place value chart?
You're gonna divide that into 4 so you can make 4 sections.
Yeah, I'm going to make 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, Bella. How am I going to distribute? First, we're going to focus on the tens. So we're going to do this side first. How am I going to distribute my 8 tens into my 4 groups?
Put 1 dot in each group and then cross them off first.
Right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can cross off 4. What can I do next? Do I have another group of 4 to split up?
Yes.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. These ones go in here evenly. So how many do I have in each group, Bella?
2.
2. All right, so next for our ones, let's see, Seth. How am I going to distribute my 6 ones into my 4 groups?
Six
What'd you
ones.
say, Seth? Yeah, I have 6 ones. So do I have enough to put 1 in each group?
Yes.
Right. So I can put 1 in each group and cross off 4. What about now? I have 2 left. Is that enough to put in each 1 in each group?
No.
No. I have 2 left over. Do you remember what that's called when we have something left over?
Remainder.
Oh yeah, that's our remainder. All right, so Gracie, how many 10s and 1s do I have left in each group?
None, no remainders of 10 and 2 remainders of 1.
Well, not with my, I'm not talking about our remainder. So like in each group, how many 10s do I have and how many 1s do I have that I distributed? So over here, I had 8 10s and I distributed them among my 4 groups. So how many 10s do I have in each group?
2.
2. So I have 2 10s. And over here, I had 6 1s and I distributed them into each group. So how many do I have in each group here? How many 1s?
1.
1. So I have 2 10s and 1 1. So my answer up here is going to be how many I have in each group. So if I have 2 10s and 1 1, what's that in number form? Still there with me, Gracie? We've got 2 10s and 1 1. Here, Ilea, can you help her out? If I have 2 10s and 1 1, what's my answer going to be up here?
2 divided by 1.
No. My answer is how many I have in each group. So if I have 2 10s and 1 1 in each group, what's the number that I'm going to write up here?
2.
Not just 2. If I have 2 10s, that means I have a group of 10, and I have another group of 10.
20.
Yeah, so I have 20. And then what about my 1 1 over here? So that means I have
21.
21. What about these 2 that I have circled over here?
That's
What's
your,
that going to be?
your remainder.
Our remainder. So our remainder is
2.
2. We have 21 with a remainder of 2. All right, next we're going to work on our long division. So let's see, Nolan. So first we need to focus on just our 8 divided by 4. So 4 times what is going to get me as close to 8 as possible?
2.
2. So I can put a 2 up here. What am I going to do next in my long division problem? Chase. So I put my 2 up here. What do I need to do with my 2 and my 4 to write down here?
Subtract them.
Well, before we
Or
subtract,
multiply.
right? So we're going to do 2 times 4 is 8. Then what would we do, Chase?
And then multiply, and then subtract.
Then subtract. So 8 minus 8 is 0. All right, Finn, are we done with our problem yet? We got a 0. Does that mean we're done?
No.
No. What do we need to do next?
After that, we have to do, don't we have to do 6 minus 4 still?
Not 6 minus 4. What am I going to do with my 6?
Subtract 2.
Not subtract 2.
Well, look at the problem right now. You have a 0 right there. That's like your bank. So you need, look at your number. We started with an 86. And remember, we had the paper covering up the rest of the problem. So we were only focusing on one number at a time. So now we finished that first step, and now we're looking at our problem again. And we only have a 2-digit dividend. So what do we need to do with that 6? We can't just forget about it. That also needs divided.
6 divided by 4?
Well, we need to bring it down. You have to bring it down by that 0.
We're going to bring it down. It's helpful if you draw an arrow, so remember you're bringing it down. And now we can do 6 divided by 4. So let's see, Sophia. So what would 6 divided by 4 be? What can I put up here?
1 and a remainder.
A 1, right?
Yeah, just a 1, yeah.
Because 4 times what is going to get me as close to 6 as possible?
1. Yeah, 1.
A 1, right? Because 4 times 1 is 4. If we did 4 times 2, what would that be, Sophia?
8. And that would
be 8. And that goes over our 6. We can't do that. All right, so I put my 1 up here. Cooper, what am I going to do next?
Oh my. You're gonna
What am I going to do with my 1 and my 4?
divide it or no? Subtract.
So if you're taking one group of 4 away, Sophia, how many total are you taking away now? What is one group of 4? Are we frozen? Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you, Mrs. Subject.
So at first, Sophia, we took 2 groups of 4. 2 groups of 4 were 8, so that's why we subtracted 8. So now, what is one group of 4? Anyone, what's one group of 4? How much is it? Trace, what's one group of 4?
4.
So what am I going to do with that 4?
Subtract it.
Good.
Okay, so I'm going to do 6 minus 4, which is 2. What does this 2 mean, Sarah? Sarah, what does this 2 mean? I have 2 left over. Sarah, will you able to unmute? Okay, yeah, so what does the 2 mean? The 2 is our what? Right, who can help Sarah out? What is our 2? Gracie, what does our 2 mean?
It's our remainder.
Yeah, good
Our
job,
remainder.
Gracie.
That's what we have left over. All right, so down here, Gracie, what's our quotient?
$21.
21. And then our remainder is
2.
2. All right, and Chase, how am I going to check my work over here in this box if I have 86 divided by 4 is 21, remainder 2.
Multiply 21 times 4.
Whoa, that's a big one.
Which is,
Okay, so we can solve this without a calculator.
82.
So what is, good job. So, and you don't even have to rewrite that. What's 20 times 4, Chase?
80.
What's 1 times 4?
4.
Right, so it's not 82.
84.
84, there you go.
all righty. And then what do I do next, Chase?
Do 84 plus 2.
Which is
86.
86. So what does this number need to match in the division problem?
The dividend.
Yeah, the dividend. And do they match?
Yes.
Yeah. So we know we did our division right. Right, make sure you get this down in your workbook if you're copying it down. All righty.
Okay, so today we looked at using a place value chart to help us divide and also using long division. Tomorrow, we're going to do a lot of long division practice. So I'm going to make a video showing you like some little tips and things to keep in mind. There's going to be an anchor chart for you to look at, and then we're going to do some practice problems. Okay. And then I keep thinking today's Monday, so that's going to be tomorrow. And I guess tomorrow is one of the days when most people are at home. So do you guys have any questions? Stop the recording.